He's so manipulative with how adorable and handsome he is. I know his type. Smooth talkers. Hi YouTube, we're back again with more My Hero Academia. We're on a new season though. It's season 4 time. And yeah, we gonna get straight into it. Before we get started though, you know what to do, baby. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Toughy, they all go right on quads. On top of that, hope you join us over on Twitch and check out the Patreon. It's only $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's only if you feel like supporting the channel a little bit extra. Anyway, we're gonna jump straight into it. Let's get it.
ビットシールドとコンビを組み、ワールドレベルで脚光を浴びる。
こんな当たり障りのない記事じゃ誰もうちの本を買ってくれないわよ。今までにないスクープが必要なの。なんとかするの。オールマイトが最後に戦ったヴィランについては、
警察が最重要機密にしてる案件です。ヴィラン連合の。
おやおや。
I mean, investigative
編
journalism
集
kind
長
of
に
lit
怒
though.
った顔は似合いません。せっかくの美人が。
Damn, that's
あ
crazy
ら
to say.
タネちゃん。
Homie really went, girl, you too pretty to be mad. Okay,
久しぶり。
編集
Does he
長。
got Riz like
い
that?
いネタがあるんですが。
何が
Oh,
言
he's
い
trying
た
to
い
figure
の？
he's trying to figure out
4
that
ヶ月前、
All Might's passing on the
唐
torch.
突に遊泳高校の教師となったを
Yeah, oh, he's trying to figure he's figuring out there's a
それっ
successor.
て
そう。
That's
オ
right,
ール
there's
マ
a
イトは自
successor.
分の
Yeah,
代わり
yeah,
とな
yeah,
る
yeah.
次世
Obviously he doesn't know about like All Might's one for all and how it works or anything like how it works or anything. But he is putting together that like, oh, All Might has known this for a while and he's looking for he has been training his next successor to like take his place as number 1, which is already a cool thing to figure out. So they're probably going to try to figure out who the hell it is. I mean, if I were them, I would assume it's the power dude. Like I'm going to call him Murmur. I think his name is Muriel. I just don't like saying names wrong, so I'm gonna just call him Murmur. So they probably think it's Murmur because he a good boy. He got the pushback blonde hair and he powerful as shit. And he literally yells power. But it's not. It's Deku. Are you gonna figure it out though? Let's see.
オールマイトは遊泳1年 A 組の教育に特に力を入れている
Oh,
と聞きまし
yep.
た。
So he knows the person's in 1A
1
then.
年 A 組。その中にオールマイトのだし。
当然スクープは御社にのみ提供します。高く買ってくださいね。
Oh, dude, I like this shit. This is some good shit right here. I like the way that they did this episode already. This is dope. I like. Okay, all right. I think it's just really creative. Doing it as features in the newspaper, but that way he can actually just interview them individually and kind of get a grasp on who they think All Might's successor is going to be. Oh my god, but it also gives us a recap of each character, what they've experienced and stuff like that too. So it's like a first episode recap for season 4, but at the same time it's not like a boring format. They did this with the last few seasons too, where they gave us like an episode recap for the first episode, but it's not boring. They just did a W. Oh my god, no. Get him off my screen! W Eraserhead, thank you. You are appreciated for the work you do. Shutting his little booty ass up. Put the grapes back in the bag. We
そう
don't
いう
want
の
them.
やめましょう、相沢先生。会は午前8時から午後6時まで。もう始まってますよ。皆さん、記者の徳田です。
Look at the camera on his tummy too. He
特
ready.
別
He
何かを
ready
して
all
いた
the
だく
time.
必要はありません。たまに質問するかもしれませんが、その時はよろしく。
He's so manipulative with how adorable and handsome he is. I know his type. Smooth talkers. But also, I feel like what's gonna be kind of cool though is seeing how Momo does with in front of the camera, because she technically had training in front of cameras and shit from when she was under her mentorship. Oh, you were born for the spotlight, Shawty. Oh my god, each of your photos gonna be so fabulous.
校長
Can I just say something that's been bothering me since like I didn't like I talked about it when it happened, but like I don't like the way they like okay, I don't know if it's that I just don't like his character or not, because normally I love flamboyant characters. Cause like, for example, like Mr. 2 when it comes to like One Piece. But something about his character feels so fucking off to me. But it's not because he's fabulous, it's just because he's always absent. He's like observing all the time, and it's so frustrating. Like he's never actually a part of shit. And I don't know if anyone else notices this, but he's never actively a part of something until the very end of it. And it's like agitating because I'm just like, why? Like, how did you make it into UA? How'd you make it into 1A in particular? Like, but obviously, like, it's supposed to be like, oh, they're distributed, blah, blah, blah. It shouldn't matter if you're an A or B. But, like, how the fuck are you here if you get sick that easily from your beam? But on top of that, you don't actually put in the effort that everybody else does, and you're always on the sidelines, but you're always observing, right? To the point when even when, like, we had the issue where, like, they were at, like, the camp, whatchamacallit, like, the training camp for the summer camp thing, and then at the last second, he, like, used his laser to blow back, right? He was observing behind a bush the whole time. And it just feels super weird for his character to always be in that situation. Even during the exams, his ass was hiding and then he decided to finally use the beam. Like, that happens every single time his character does anything. Is that he just hides for the longest time, shows up at the end, does something small. Or he says something that coerces somebody else, which is really manipulative, but it's like disguised as being like flamboyant. Which, if you want to talk about manipulation, talk about the time it was like them like in the season 2, was it? It was like the finale of season 2, right? It was the finale of season 1. I think it was the finale of season 1, where it was the USJ fight, and before the USJ fight actually happened, where they're just doing the training thing, and it was them, and it was him and Ura versus 13, and 13 was like sucking them with the finger move, and he like turns to her, and what's the first thing he says? He goes, "Oh yeah, so you got like a crush on Deku, right?" Like, just to fuck with her, and plays like the mental mind game, and like it plays off as being this ditzy thing to ask a question, but I think it's like it's either it's nefarious or his character is so weird that it's just strange, and I don't like that shit. I don't like when characters are like, because like that's the thing is when you write a flamboyant character, you don't do that. You don't make them like kind of weird like that, where they have this sort of like toying with you kind of energy, unless it's like playful banter, because that is playful banter, but it's a weird scenario to do it in, because technically it gives her the lower hand compared to him. And then there's the other times where he just flat out disappears, because during the actual attack on USJ, where the fuck, what did he do? Like, what did he actually do during the fight of USJ? Like, like, that's the thing. He just shows up at the end. He just does random shit when it's, like, no longer, like, I don't know. And that's why whenever this character shows up, I just don't like him. And I know it seems really shitty, but I've been shitting on him for like so long. I kind of wanted to explain my thought process about it because I kept being like, "Oh, okay, yeah, he's gonna do his beam. Okay, he's sick. Okay," but I wanted to explain like my thought process of like why I don't really like him, though I usually like his character type because like I like flamboyant characters. But like you are so in the fucking background, it's weird. And I'm saying you're in the background, meanwhile Tape Boy is literally in the background.
校長先生から伺っているとは思いますが、取材への
Also, sorry, you know what? I'm gonna keep going one more time. Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush is someone I actually like, and he is the most background as fuck character. Dude just makes cakes and eats sugar, okay? He's adorable. He doesn't do much. He is the most side of side characters. Tape Boy gets more screen time than Sugar Rush. But I don't hate him. Like, it's not about the screen time. It's about, like, he actually gives a shit. That's all. It just feels weirdly manipulative of the other guy. Is it just because he a fake ass bitch? Well, if you're a fake ass bitch, why are you in this school? And then it's like, oh, you can make the same like thing about Grape. Grape still has ambitions. Grape is still a piece of shit, but he has ambitions, right? So it's just weird for Navel to be such a prick. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's a big ass rant. That's a big ass rant for a very long time. I love Froppy. I would die for Froppy. Froppy is so cute.
4番飯田天
Character that I really didn't like when I first met him. God, they did such a beautiful job with his character development. Oh, I friggin' love this guy. If he turned out to be a piece of shit, that plot twist would make me really fucking mad. I love him. I love him so much. Him and like the character. Like I know, whenever I talk about Kachan, people get really mad at me. They're like, "How dare you, Alicia? Rah, rah, rah. He's a piece of shit." And blah, blah, blah. Listen, I am not here to talk about your childhood traumas and your bullies. Okay, I hate your bullies too. If they bullied you, anyone who bullied you made you feel bad, I hate them too, buddy. I'm on your side. Okay, fuck them. All right, we just talking about an anime character though. That's all. I ain't talking about your bullies directly. When it comes to your bullies and what you've been through in life, fuck them. I'm on your team, buddy. Don't you worry. I ain't trying to defend your bullies, okay? But from an anime and writing standpoint, I like Kachan. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But if Kachan actually genuinely turned out to be a piece of shit, I'd be really upset, right? Because I think Ida and Kachan actually have this really good like hero heart to them, and I like that a lot. Them, Todoroki, and Deku just have this beautiful hero heart to them, and I really enjoy that. The thing about Koji for me is I like Koji a lot from that episode where they were doing like the 2v teacher episode where like he got to like summon up the animals, he like learned more about his quirk and then he actually does talk, he's just shy and stuff. Like that was so heartwarming and I did not give a shit about him until that episode. And now I'm like he's just a quiet nervous baby. And I'm like yeah, he doesn't get a lot of screen time. And like, yeah, but that's because it matches his character though. Is that he's such a shy little bean that him not getting a lot of screen time isn't because he's not there. It's just because he's lurking in the back a lot because he's more of a follower to everybody else, which I'm totally fine with writing wise. So
生き物を操る個性10番佐藤
ready about how I feel about him.
糖分を力に変える個性
I'm gonna be so real with you though. Like, I thought Shoji's arms were gross as a motherfucker when I first saw them. Okay, I thought they were nasty. I like, ew, they got webbing of flesh. Imagine seeing that in real life, dog. Like arm webbed flesh, and then eyeballs coming out of it and stuff. Oh hell no, that gave me the ick, dog. But no, his personality and how protective he is, and the way that he's willing to like, though he's extremely intelligent, is willing to be adaptable to a plan and take the risk. I appreciate about his character. Though normally he has to be coerced by others around him, he's actually willing to listen and be receptive of their information. So I can appreciate the hell out of that. So,
目像目や口耳を腕に
Okay for her. I'm a level again. I thought her quirk was fucking lame when I first saw her. I was like, oh, it's cute, but it's kind of lame, right? Until we got to see like the speakers and the leg thing, and then we got to see like when I started to learn more about how the My Hero world, especially when the hero school works. I got to appreciate her character more because I was kind of like, okay, but like fighting a villain, what are you gonna do 1v1, right? That's what, like, my mentality was until I learned more about the essence of the show, where it's not just about that. It's about saving people, rescue missions. Intel is super important. She's gonna be one of the best intel characters you can have, right? Her scoping out buildings, the practicality of her quirk, made it so that I was really taken aback, not just by what she's able to do with combat, but more so what she's able to do for an entire team as a really strong support character. And I don't think being a support's a bad thing. I think that if you have a strong support, it can make you win a battle. So yeah, it made me grow to appreciate her character a lot more as the show developed. I'll remember when I thought Ito was the bad guy. When I thought Ito was like the person who like snitched the details to the media about the location of the USJ thing. I was so sus of Ida. That was I want to personally apologize to Ida. That's my fucking bad. I get guesses wrong sometimes. You a good little bean. That's my bad though. When it comes to Saro, I just call him Tape Boy. But when it comes to Tape Boy, I think I liked him the most during like the exam where he started to like actually like collaborate with others more. I think one of the cool moments for me was how he had that altruistic moment that I talked about actually in the episode, whereas him and Grape teamed up against Midnight, and he like his impulse reaction was just to take his tape, throw Grape out of the way, and then get hit with himself with a perfume. And I'm like, to have that super heroic, altruistic nature where your first immediate reaction to something is to help save the other person to help them get out, even if it means sacrificing yourself to be susceptible to something, is really admirable. So I like that. I like that trait about him. Which and also I just kind of like the way that he's slowly getting more and more creative with his tape and how it's being used within group fights. Because the group stuff, when he started using the tape and they like used it as a combo in season 3,
13番セロハンター肘からテープを出す個性
revel in darkness or whatever the hell Tokoyami said that time. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. But okay, Tokoyami, I really thought was gonna be one of those like a little bit of like a dickhead, edgy characters, like a Sasuke almost. I also thought Todoroki might be like a Sasuke character when I first met him too, but no. Talk about a little heart of gold who's just a little bit serious, and then his little darkness when it's light out is just a little goofy, silly baby, a little goofy, silly crybaby until the darkness comes. Then the darkness is the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Rah! But it's cool to see how his quirk even evolved to become like a part of him when it came to like combat, how it like shrouds his body and he can fight with it. Um, but on top of that, I think it's the same thing how I felt about Shoji is how I feel about Tokoyami. Not the gross part, but the second part where I talked about how his character has this level of confidence and has this level of willing to work with others that he's so receptive to other people's ideas and plans that it allows, even though he's incredibly intelligent and can come up with his own plans, he's receptive to other people's plans and is willing to plan accordingly to that. And that's something I could really appreciate about a strong secondary character. is people who are able to, one, listen to other people's commands, and two, add useful information, and three, execute someone else's plan without having their ego involved. Which I feel like is a pretty big issue with our main characters, is that sometimes their egos get in the way of their plan, and they get too consumed by it, which makes them more realistic. I don't think it's a bad writing choice. I think it's a good writing choice to let them be that way. But I think that's what makes you appreciate characters who aren't like that more, because it makes them unique for not being the same way. Still my favorite character. That's all. Still my favorite character. Yep. Todoroki, number one, 100%. And for me, it's not like, oh my god, husbando shit. Like, no, he's a child. I just think he's really cool. He's a good baby, and I want him to do well, and I want him to thrive. And I love his character development. I love his self-actualization. I love the way that he's never been like yeah, he's been standoffish with others during like competitive factors because he was so oriented on being number one. But he's never been dejected or like actually genuinely rude to others. He just was too focused. And the moment that he got pulled out of that, he like showed more empathy towards others. And it was never that he was trying to be a bad person. Or never that he actually wanted to be outcasted and be shunned. He was just too fixated on his father. And once he started to let that go, the way he built connections with others and listened to them and became a part of people's lives was such a gorgeous thing to see. And on top of that, him having those breakthrough moments of like becoming a stronger individual to not be defined by the trauma of his father and to actually rekindle a relationship with his mother that he hasn't seen in a long time, and then continue to power through and want to improve and to learn that sometimes you can't run into battle and sometimes plans are not directly only about yourself, right? Like the episode with him and Momo versus Eraserhead, where Momo had a plan, but he instantly went with his own plan because he didn't give her the chance to kind of speak up for herself. But now we can see that part of Todoroki that actually took that to heart and listens to others way more. Because Eraserhead pointed that out to him. He was like, "You did not listen to Momo." It's that simple. Was it because Todoroki thinks he's better than Momo? No. He's just sometimes so fixated on what he's involved in that he doesn't give other shit a chance. But that changed massively. And it showed at the end, like not the end, but like near the end of season 3, especially in the part with the rescue mission of Kachan, right? Where it came to like Deku and the others and Momo and like all of them, like Todoroki became such a valuable asset and all that because he was so receptive. And the same thing applies to like every time he's involved with other people now, is that he cares so much about other people's input while still knowing that he's one of the strongest and one of the top students and doesn't use that to overshadow things even though his intellect is really strong. Which is something I also appreciate. There's a lot of characters with really strong intellect that have receptive and good communication skills. I think Todoroki's has developed a lot, especially since it got pointed out to him by someone made the joke in my comments that she's in every scene. So it's like I can't talk about how she's not in every scene anymore. Bruh, if she was the one who ended up being like the fucking rat or a traitor or some shit, bruh, I'd be like, fuck you for this plot twist, okay? Because ain't no way. Ain't no way Alicia's detective skills could get that. I can't even see this bitch. I see like shoes, gloves. I don't know, man. It's like when she put the gloves on and nothing else. I'm just fighting Crazy Hand and Master Hand from Super Smash Bros. Like what? How am I supposed to know something? All right, I already said a little moment about Kachan before. Okay, divisive character. I'ma say it time and time again, man. Listen, I love this character. I love his character writing. I like him. He's a good kid, but he's not a good real life kid. Okay, massive difference between me liking an anime character and me liking humans in real life. Okay, if you got bullies in your life, you know bullies like him in real life. Fuck them. Not the same thing. All right. Just letting you know again. The same thing as when I'm like, ooh, Esdeath mommy from Akame ga Kill. She killed like 1 million people. She like slaughtered an entire nation and had a general licking her feet bare naked as she kicked him. I would I like someone like that in real life? No. Do I like it in anime? Yes. I would lick those fucking boots in an anime. In real life, hell no. That shit was crazy. And that's the thing, is that sometimes you gotta have that separation, you know? You can character analyze, you can talk about the realistic aspects of a character. But at the end of the day, you gotta have the separation. Right? Yeah. Which is why, like, I'm okay. Like, I feel uncomfortable sometimes when there's a character that's like 30 trying to smash a 16-year-old, because that's my like my comfort zone is like ugh on first instinct, right? And in real life, if you doing that, I don't give a fuck about the age of consent. You're weird. But at the same time, if it's in an anime, I can suspend disbelief. I'm in watching an anime. It's different. It's not the same thing, and I can get through it. Right? That's the reality of it. I can get through it if it's an anime because I'm like, it's not actually real. But if I saw that same thing happening in real life, I don't give a fuck about your age of consent. That's creepy. Like, that's not right. And that's the thing. But I have the separation. I can still kind of have the initial ick towards it, but it switches up. And I keep that energy. So, I don't know. I had a comment that kind of tried to call me out about that before. That was like, "Oh yeah, Alicia, you say that like you're against this stuff, and I just want to let you know the legal age of consent is 16 where I am, and that's if I want to like fuck a 16-year-old, then it should be acceptable." And I'm like, "Oh God, like that's the debate you're trying to have, buddy? Like that's not good. That's not the debate you should be having here. Like." And I'm like, if you want to watch an anime or a hentai where it's an old dude and like a high schooler, that's anime, bro. I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't. Like, that's cool. Like, even then, right? Someone tried to be like, Alicia, how can you be against like teenagers, like, hooking up with adults and stuff? And then be okay with like romance animes like My Dress Up Darling. Like, they're both kids, and you're rooting for them to hook up. And I'm like, yeah. Because one, they're both similar age. So like what? But also, me getting the ick from a 13-year-old hitting up a 16-year-old isn't me being like, fuck this anime, I'm dropping it. It's just like ooh, I got the ick from that. Anyways, moving on. But if it's real life, FBI, open up. Like, it's just weird. You're just fucking weird. That's all. If it's real life, you're just weird. It's it's just the same concept as, right? Think of it this way. If you watch two 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds in high school and you're watching them through a window in real life, you are fucking weird. If you're watching them fall in love in an anime, you're not weird. It's just watching a show. There's a massive difference, right? Like this the lack of separation of anime versus like humans is called like we need like media literacy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is that sometimes though, when you're isolated and away from people, it's hard to have the distinctions though, right? When you watch like a bunch of fucking anime and you're like interacting with people less, especially through COVID, where we just stopped, like, just really shut down social interactions a lot more and became super online. I'm guilty of that too. I became super online through COVID. And now I'm still a pretty online person, though I do hang out with people in real life, but I'm still pretty online for the most part. I understand. But at the same time, it's like, we gotta have some tact, homie. We gotta remember this ain't the same shit. Alright, that's all. And that's what I'm saying with Kachan every time. Is I will, like, this character is one of my favorite characters, 100%. But I'm not here to support your fucking bully. If someone bullied you, I ain't about that shit. That's all. And, like, I hope you guys, and I really hope, I know, like, the only people I have younger in my community are usually for My Hero. Most of my community is a really older demographic. But for anyone who might be younger watching My Hero things and going through bullying or something, oh my god, please don't ever think that I would support someone telling you to kill yourself or some shit. Like, that is so messed up. Okay, kid, like, no. Don't think just because an edgy anime character says that it's okay for someone to say that to you. It's not okay. But in an anime context, it's whatever, because everything's a super, like, it's it's over dramatized, right? It's over dramatized to make it so that it's more entertaining to watch to a degree. And then also the way they write him is like a really beautiful way to write a character. But that's the thing, he's a character. If someone does that to you in real life, it's fucked up. And I agree with that, it's fucked up. So I'm not trying to dissuade your trauma and side with your bully. Like, you're valid, okay? Okay. I say this so often in my videos, but I have to say it again. Momo is such a dope ass character. I think Momo's friggin' cool. I wasn't a really big fan of her at the start, not because like, oh, I just didn't like her personality or something. It's just that she just didn't really do anything. Like she just like it just felt like she only had like the analysis portion, so she flexed how smart she was at the start for her like analytics side. And then it showed how it backfired on her during the tournament and how her lack of quick decision making is a massive fault. But then the way they developed that and they gave her way more screen time when developing her and showing her insecurity and showing her thought path and showing like her breakthrough moment and then giving her continuously more screen time as she evolves to become a better self-sufficient thinker and in the moment was gorgeous. The way they did that, like, God, that writing was fantastic. You went from me being like, oh, she's a smartass. Oh, she's super, super, super smart compared to everybody else. She's number one, basically, when it comes to intellect, to the point where I was like, yeah, but if you can't have practical application in the moment, then is it even worth anything? And she had that same insecure thought. And I was like, damn, good writing, cool stuff. I like the way she developed a lot, especially during that fight where she got really creative in that whole like fake building bullshit fight versus the girl who drinks tea. Oh. The kitty cat from earlier was Robbie. What's his quirk? He got a weird eyeball. I think his eyeball something to do with his quirk. I was gonna mention that earlier, but I didn't. It's like weirdly dilated.
彼の後を継ぐとは考えにくい。体育祭準優勝の轟師匠とも除外対象。何しろ父親がナンバー2ヒーローのエンデバーだ。息子を彼の後釜に差し出すとは思えない。数々のスクープをものにしてきた私の勘が告げている。緑谷伊豆区。
Oh fuck, his instincts got him. Oh no. His instincts. Oh no.
Yo.
Pieced it together. That's crazy. Was he me predicting animes? I feel like he me predicting animes. It's gonna be a long ass recording, huh? I paused a lot and went on a lot of tangents this episode, but you know what? I'm happy I did. I had a really good time doing this episode. A bunch of free shit. Nice. Damn, I got a bunch of steamed buns. I've never had a steamed pork bun before.
当然ですよね。オールマイトはナンバーワンヒーロー。
Okay, the reason I've never had a steamed pork bun before though is because I'm Muslim, but I also got cancer. Do I really fucking believe in God anymore? I ain't sure, dog. So I might try a steamed pork bun once I beat cancer. I'll try to make that lighthearted. It might sound a little dark, but trust me, I meant that in a good way.
ずっと人々を守り、凶悪なヴィランたちと戦い、多くの人に勇気と笑顔を与え続けた平和の象徴だから。
That's right. Courage is found with so many. That's right.
いや、君たちの番だ。
That's right, all of our turns.
Hi.
That's right, that's right. Turn up.
明日からはまたビシビシ鍛えるからな。
And your father lived, right? Oh god.
レス
Oh
キュー隊
god.
も二の足を踏む。
なぜって私が来た。
Oh, he got your daddy. He got your daddy. Oh, that's so
無意識
sweet. Oh my god.
私は
Oh
家
my,
族を
that's
助けられ
actually
た
so
だけでなく
fucking sweet.
自分の人生にまで光を当ててもらった。感謝しても。
Oh my god, I'm gonna tear. I love that. I love
だから
that.
オールマイトの引退は本当に衝撃を受けた。
この人も不安なんだ。もっと努力しないと。オールマイトからワン・フォー・オールを
You're
受け
gonna
継い
work
だ
so
ろ。
hard, Deku. You're gonna do
緑
that
役が
shit.
もないのにプリントアウトまで。
It's his
旅
eye.
行で
It's his
スナッ
quirk.
プを取ることくらいしかできない個性だと思ってたんだけどね。
Oh, it's not his eye, it's his hand. That's. Oh, that makes sense. Because his hand reached out when his dad. That's how he got the picture, because his dad. Oh my god, because he had the quirk through his hand and when he reached out for his dad, they took the picture. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's so cool.
カメラ
That
の
was his eye.
レンズ。
個性全身レンズ。体の至るところからレンズを出して撮影。しかも胸からプリントアウトまでできる。これならスクープ取り放題。
コウタ君と。
Oh
それで
no,
憶
Koda, the
測
one
が
he
確信
saved.
に変
Yeah.
わったんだ。君がオールマイトの後を継ぐものだと。
Oh, okay.
Do
Are you
かな?
gonna leak that
私の
shit or
推理。
what?
その。
嘘はつけ
Dude,
ない
the
か。
anime finger tap thing.
いいね。
デク君まだ自主練かな。何話してるんだろう。
僕。
心配しなくていいよ。裏が取れてない憶測で記事を書くつもりはない。希望が失われていないこと。
徳田さん。
これで社会に不安を抱く人々へ。
That is so precious. I can't. I'm sorry. That hit a part of I. Okay, I need to articulate my words. I'm sorry. That moment was so powerful because it's like, you know, you had the whole build up and the setup at the start of the episode where it's like he's here under these like bad pretenses. And in reality, he just wanted the reassurance that there's another hero in line, the one that he felt was like a good fit and a good match, and he wanted to see it for himself. And he felt that, and he sees that within Deku, and he's like, "Yeah, this is a good successor. This is the one." But I'm not gonna report shit because, like, you know what? I don't got discernible evidence, but you know what? I can tell you are, and even then, like, I just wanted to see, like. I don't know. I just think that's dope. I'm sorry. I cried too.
まやかしの励ましなんかじゃなく、それと。
Oh shit! What? Selfie!
なんなん。
この写真。なんてどうかな。
そうなれるよ。精一杯努力します。
頑張れよ。
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I fucking love that. Oh my god. I hope to god in like later seasons he writes the book and like we get to see Deku become #1 and like we get to see the book published with a picture in it. That'd be so sick. Please.
取材の終了時間だ
Lord,
と
give
い
me
う。
that.
取材許可もらうのに結構な根回ししたのよ。
申し訳ありません編集長。お詫びと言ってはなんですが別のスク
Oh, it satisfied the newspaper enough.
すみません
Good. That's cute because it's supposed to be whenever someone talks about you, you sneeze. Yeah, that's like a saying. That's
ごめ
cute.
んね
Okay, I don't want to watch the ending just in case there's spoilers, but thank you so much for watching this long ass video, YouTube. Thanks for sitting through it. I appreciate it. I had a lot of rants and rambles and talks, and you know what? I'm not sorry for it. I had a great time. It felt like a really great way to start season 4. Like having that much like a heart to heart and talk about a lot of the characters going into it and where I stand on each of them. I kind of enjoyed that I took the first episode to do that. So you know what? I'm gonna double down. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the time you spent here, and I'll catch you in the next one. For those of you guys over on Patreon, stick around. We'll talk about the episode more. For those of you guys over on the YouTube, hope you check out the Patreon. Bye!